Hi there everyone, I'm Jordan and I'm going to go ahead and start off our blogging. Blog is going to be in response to the article we read that was titled Management by Groping Along. The first thing I want to address is that I wish Robert Ben would change the name. I'm not really a fan of groping, and the idea of groping along it doesn't really sit well with me. But aside from the name, I like the concept behind the name. I think sometimes you're going to be assigned to a duty and you're going to have no experience with it, and you're not going to be really given any guidelines about what you're supposed to be doing. And so the best thing you do, for lack of a better term, is kind of grope until you find your footing. A manager sometimes has to conduct his or her own research to really determine what the components of the role are. I think even in lower level jobs, you often find out that you have more duties than you were originally assigned to, and that you only find those out by kind of moving along in the position. And I think managers have to be willing to test different ideas to determine what works best for their company, because I've heard that the worst thing you can do is become complacent in something. The term that why try anything else when this works, when you as a manager need to be willing to try different ideas to see if something works better, because your whole goal for the company should be improvement and creating success for the company. And if you're working in a company that's doing moderately well, you should be striving to be better. I like Ben's idea about that a manager should be wandering around. I think it's really interesting because managers shouldn't be complacent in their work, and they should be wandering around. They should be wandering mentally to find if there are different ideas that could further the success of the company, and they should, I think, be wandering physically as well if they have that possibility, because the worst thing they can do is be stuck at a desk behind a closed door and not knowing anything about the company, the values, the employees, except for those directly under them that are reporting to them. This reading relates to the Mintzberg theories that we discussed last week about the theory of a role of a manager. It agrees and disagrees with some of the ideas that Mintzberg has, and that managers shouldn't stick to a routine. Their work's open-ended, and that a manager should create a sense of vision and purpose for the company. However, it differs because Mintzberg believes that subordinates should come to a manager, and that a manager should spend a lot of time in their office at a desk, and that makes them accessible because people know where they are, whereas Bear believes that managers should wander and they shouldn't spend a lot of time at their desk. I think personally, if I had to choose one theory of a manager to be, I would choose the type described by Bear, because I think you're less likely to fall into a pattern of routine, and I like the idea of being able to create my own goals and procedures for a company based on what I'm able to find out for myself. Real tangible things, from trying different things, groping along. And I think that the best thing you can do as a manager is constantly be striving for new ideas and trying to find different things that work for your company. This is my blog. Please feel free to reply.